There are a variety of mixed magazines that I looked at for ideas. Enemy was one of them. I then followed some generic conventions of this magazine, but not all of them, as I wanted my magazine to be more unique and based on a niche genre. As there is no magazine out there specifically linked with the genre of grime, I thought I would try creating a magazine linked with the mixed magazine styles, as I would base a house style upon them. As the mixed magazine's house style are very similar in their layout but creative in its own unique colours, I thought I would follow that idea and come up with the colours linked with the audience profile and the genre. To start off, I have used a simple house style with the colours of the black, green and white. This matched perfectly towards the clothing of my model, which connotes stereotypically clothing towards my target audience. Linking to the NME front cover, instead of using a red, I chose green but still sat with the stereotypical magazine cover. The layout is very similar, but I inserted cover lines at the bottom of the page, as the NME cover used only one cover line but many artist names at the top and bottom of the page. I used this idea above the masthead to connote the generic conventions of a magazine cover. Also, the masthead itself stick to this, as I use a bold, large font that connotes the current grime genre and the style of the magazine and clearly attracts the reader. The main cover line links very well with the main cover image. The colour green is used in the cover line to connote the house style, and speech marks surrounding this main cover line create enigma for the audience. The key why I chose music was used to pull the audience into buying the magazine to learn about the artist's life. To persuade the audience even more into buying the magazine, I used the line "an inspirational story of a young male who battled through childhood," which would link very well to my audience profile and their stereotypical upbringing. The main cover image is very stereotypical, as it's a medium close-up slightly around to the right for the cover lines to be placed on the left. Also, my model's body is facing past the camera, but he's looking into the camera. He's wearing a black hoodie to link towards my audience profile, and the colours of the jacket are the same as my house style. I have also added the barcode and the price for stereotypical right-hand bottom corner of the front cover as seen on NME cover. This means all the conventions of this front cover link back to the house style to connote a stereotypical magazine and the genre of the magazine. My contents page in some ways sticks to the generic conventions of contents page, but then I challenge them to stay unique and link it with the genre of the magazine. To stick with the generic conventions of the magazine contents page, I have included an editor's profile. In this profile, I explain to the readers about the magazine and link it with the genre's history too. It is a common feature in the contents page, and as seen on the Kerrang page, I added a front cover image which is juxtaposed next to the editor's profile to make sure the reader knows what it's there for. I have also used a similar style on the way the images are constructed together around the text. I have added the images on the left side and onto the half of the right side to cover most of the page. I felt not to overload the page with images, as I just want to keep it clean and to show a slight preview of the magazine as it's the first episode. I have then added a slight brightness decrease to each image to blend with the black and white text and to link with the genre of grime. The numbers have been juxtaposed to the corner of the image to show the reader that the images link with the story. I have added a slight blue glow around the bold white text to link with the style and genre. The blue and green colours are used throughout the magazine and it's the magazine's house style. Linked with Kerrang, they use black and yellow throughout their magazine as their house style. The text located on the right hand side is an improved version of the stereotypical look at the stories and page numbers. The numbers go down the right hand side, but the cover lines in bold larger font is located above a brief description about the story. Only certain new magazines use this style, so I felt I would do a similar idea but expand to fit the style of the magazine. The last part of my magazine pages is a double page spread, which sticks to the generic convention with consistency. The main title still has the house style with a slight blue glow, and it dominates over the other text on the page which is needed to, as you can see on the NME double page spread. You can link this with the NME front cover shown earlier, as the same house style of white, black and red is used on double page spread. This is the same as my magazine, as the black, white, green and blue glow is used throughout the pages. Next, I feel the image works very well on this piece, as it's juxtaposed on the right hand side of the page. Due to the comments from my feedback and my research into the double page spreads, I did not place the image in the middle of the page. My model is represented as being the hoodie, which links to the style of the magazine and my audience profile. This is a great way to communicate with the audience and link their own lines with the stories used. The model's face is also expressionless, and as body actions are so plain, which links with the story and how up and down his life has been. As you can see in the NME double page spread, Liliana is portrayed to me as a stereotypical teenager with the way she's posing and the title of the piece. This is how I got the style from. With the piece being an interview, I had to separate the questions from the answers using the easiest solution, which stuck to my house style. So I used the blue text to represent the question and the plain white text for the answer. To get this idea, I did research into other double page spreads and found out that this is the stereotypical way it was done. Also, I added a drop capsule, which is used in many double page spreads as a generic convention. Lastly, I just added in the bottom right hand corner a quote saying who took the photography, and as this also is a generic convention of a stereotypical double page spread.